Okay, Google. Stop timer.
All right, I'm stopping any alarms and timers that are ringing on your smart home devices.
Good morning, everyone. I am going to fix one camera. You guys get settled, find your relax spot. Not sure where you are watching from today, but it is gorgeous here in Minnesota this morning. It's really hot, really humid. Going to hit 100 today and loving it. It's fantastic with the exception of our AC isn't working. So we're sweating out all of our toxins. Maybe that will be the topic for our next live is I will talk a little bit about, I've been doing a little bit of more research about bentonite clay, which is one of the things that, okay, Google, stop timer, which is one of the things that, we're live. Bentonite clay is one of those things that detoxifies the body and it's been around for thousands of years. But we'll go through that at the next one, a little bit more about detoxifying the body. Maybe we'll do saunas. Anyhow, next visit. Let's start the morning. I wanted to share with you what I'm drinking this morning. And again, one of my dad's handmade pottery mugs, which is, you drink something with love, you're filling all that energy and intention into it, and then you're soaking that up as you're taking it in. The world is just all completely made about energy, so get those positive vibes wherever you can. And what I have in this coffee this morning, I'm one of those systems that doesn't negatively necessarily react to coffee. Um, I went through DNA testing, and so genetically my system reacts pretty well to coffee. I can drink it before I go to bed, and it's just fine. My mom, on the other hand, coffee just whacks her system out. So if you're ever interested in finding out things regarding genetics with your system, we do have a DNA test for that. Very briefly, I would like to pass on the information that genes are triggered by our environment. That's what epigenetics are. And what you have as a gene base is not necessarily a guarantee that that is what is going to happen to your system. For instance, breast cancer, maybe you have the gene for breast cancer, but it is what is in your environment that turns on or off that gene. So your environment is enormously important, and your environment can be people. Your environment can be food. Your environment can be chemicals that you might be exposed to or you're putting on your body. Many, many different things. But off on a little bit of a tangent. Part of the reason for these mornings are because I really want to share a ton of information with you. So the coffee that I'm drinking, we have ordered this online. Some of the four Sigmatics, you can actually go through us and we can get you a discount on these. Just reach out through any of the contact information that we'll post underneath this video after I'm done live. Now I'm super happy. It now comes in whole beans, so we can grind our own. I love that scent is so important, so powerful to me. So I love just grinding that up, making that puts me in the mood, and you just start your day out fantastic. So the one that I have here, they all have mushrooms in them and different things. They have different intents, and so this one is immune support. So it has in it some vitamin D and some chaga. Some of the other ones have reishi and lion's mane and cordyceps. So lots of different blends for different mushrooms. That's my morning usually. I also have a coffee in the middle of the day, and there's a Think coffee, but sometimes what I'll do is I'll have a tea and I'll actually just put the Think mushroom blend inside the tea. I like during the middle of the day, sometimes I get tired, but in the middle of the day, my brain starts to get, it's done its duty all morning long. And it starts to slow down. And that's usually when I have to sit down and do paperwork and I need to focus. And this is a great way to just push through that and feel good about it and get some intelligence down. We also really enjoy experimenting. And I don't know if you remember the live that we had probably a year ago, and we were putting in cardamom or anise or cloves and just putting in the actual seeds into our coffee and then just letting that soak in there and kind of marinate in there. Fantastic. So when we drink our coffee, we really do make it special. And one of the other ways is through a functional creamer. So this is a non-dairy, also for Sigmatic. These are all for Sigmatic that I'm showing you today. It's MCT powder, so it's coconut oil in there and vanilla. You can go online and find out what the ingredients and all of these are. But I really like that it mellows the acidity and it gives that nice creamy flavor. Oftentimes we have patients in, remember I was talking about epigenetics in your environment, what you put in. A really potent negative chemical that patients put in, people in general put in a lot of times into their systems. I'll sum it up as gas station coffee or flavored coffee. I couldn't even, I get such a headache with those things. My tummy hurts. A lot of times patients are feeling crappy all the time, so they're not noticing the difference of that coffee actually creating havoc within their system. But our body doesn't like those chemicals and it doesn't know what to do with them. And so what we do, because patients truly are addicted to those things, is we transition them into, hey, we can make you a fantastic, and we do here, we'll make you sample up and put some intent and love into it and let you taste what a really good coffee tastes like. You'll switch over. And then you can have the peace of mind that every drink that you're taking of your coffee is so much more healthy for you rather than I'm dependent on this to just get through the day. It has health benefits to put this into your system, and that's huge. One of the things that I would like to talk about today is repetition or routine and getting into a routine and how difficult that is for patients to do. I'll probably mention this in a little bit to some extent in each one of these, how you can't change everything at once. Although we do have, every once in a while, we'll have a Stearns County mail come in, and I will say, you're headed down the wrong path. You need to make all of these changes. And they'll say, will I feel better? Yes. You live longer? Yes. Okay. And then they just do it. Most of us are so set in our ways and set in our routine that it's easier to just change small things. So one thing could be your coffee in the morning. Just switch over to a healthy coffee. It truly is not more expensive. It doesn't take more time, and you're doing something that is healthy for you. There's no better way to start your day out than doing that. So, as always, besides the drink, we'll go over a scent and then we'll do a sound also. But to get you some information, what I am using for the scent today, I don't know if you can hear this. So, what I have is a roller bottle. Inside, I have amethyst and fluorite. And I do have a stone that I'll talk about today. I'm going to try to incorporate getting you a little bit of information about gemstones, crystals, rocks, because I think that's a great way to integrate some healing and some energy into your daily life. Super easy, super fun. We are putting out a course so that you can become a certified practitioner within crystals, so a crystal practitioner. It's an online course, completely online, self-paced, super fun, loaded with information, and it really gives somebody who is dabbling in that area and thinks, I love crystals, I love stones. You don't just love them, you're usually addicted. And this gives you the knowledge base to help use them better for yourself, more effectively for yourself and for others. I'll get a link up as soon as that class goes live. The roller that I have is actually a gemstone roller. So I actually have an amethyst roller ball on top of here. And then the oils that I put in here, I'm going to put two links for you. The oils that are in here are, I have some, some of the scents that I love the most. I have a frankincense in here, I have a blood orange in here, and I have a spearmint in here. This is kind of my morning grounding and yet give me energy blend. If you notice, I usually have gemstone, some type of gemstone jewelry on. It does make a difference what the gemstones are, which wrist you wear them on, but you're also able to just have fun with it and do whatever you want with it. But I do put rollerball oils right onto my bracelets, or if I have gemstone rings on, gemstone necklace, or one of the other things that I do, we have diffusers in almost every area throughout the clinic, and I fill up several little water containers, go through and put all of the drops in for the diffusing blend of the day. Dump that into the diffuser to start the diffuser, but then I take that emptied cup, I put my bracelets in there, shake it around so they just get coated that way, all that love and intention, and then put them on. I oftentimes get, is just a wonderful smell. I oftentimes get comments from patients. So chiropractors are hands-on. If you look up what chiro means, and just giving them some of the energy that I have in my hands and them smelling. I so often get comments that I don't know what that smell is, but it smells so good. And patients really do love that. And since it's an all natural scent, I haven't yet had anybody that has been sensitive or allergic to it. I would like to mention what I have on my left hand and a little bit of what I have on my right hand. Some black onyx and some shungite. And I do that simply for blocking negative energies. And I totally understand patients come in, when you're in pain, you're a bundle of negative energy. And that helps so that I can allow them to have that energy move around, but I don't soak that up. It works great in everyday life. So we've gone through what do you start out for your drink in the morning. Also always have some water. That should be the first thing that goes into your system in the morning. I do water and a probiotic, get that in before I enjoy any of my other yumminess that I happen to be drinking in the morning. Then a scent, a lot of times we'll use sage, Palo Santo. I do still have my most favorite wonderful candle back here that I can constantly smell whenever I go into my office. Thank you, Enchanted Boutique. And then some roller blends, and I already did diffuse in here today. And it sets the tone for the day. Then I'm going to take this microphone off. I apologize for the last session when I most likely did the kind of grounding, clearing energy work with you guys, and I went over the top of the microphone. But I want you to follow along. We're going to go through the Donna Eden. Again, full credit for this, full credit. Fantastic woman with a ton of knowledge and energy and education. And she has a great routine that you can start your day out with, or anytime throughout the day you can come back to help yourself ground. Start by just squeezing your shoulder, come across the body and down, squeeze across the body and down, squeeze across the body and down, squeeze across the body and down. Let's do 2 more. You can do as many as feels good, as many as you like. The next thing, you're going to go a finger into the belly button and a finger up between the eyebrows, kind of activating that third eye, and I immediately relax. My shoulders relax, my posture changes, I can feel my heart rate slowing when I do this. And these are all simple enough things that if you feel anxious, a lot of anxiety in the world today, your energy is scattered. You can bring yourself back, kind of center yourself, ground yourself just by doing this. It doesn't take that long. Take some deep breaths in. And then next I want you to do tapping. We're going to start underneath the eyes. You can't do this wrong. Just do whatever feels right. Not too hard, not too soft, wherever that feels good today. I'm gonna move that down right below the collarbone. Doesn't matter what fingers you use. One of the sessions that we will be going over is EFT, or emotional freedom technique, also called tapping. That will be one of our morning sessions. Feels wonderful. Next, you're going to go to the thymus gland. Sometimes this is better done. I really like just moving this energy around with a little bit more power. So I use my fist. You can also do that Tarzan thing. and then move out to the sides of the body. For whatever reason, this one really feels good in my pelvis. And again, that's just really grounding. Oh, it's fantastic. I hope that just, follows along with your mode of self-care that you do, that you include that every day. We'll be doing just a little bit more sound energy this morning, but I want to do one more exercise with you. It's called a polyvagal reset. Polyvagal reset is resetting the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is, the translation is wandering nerve, vagus is wanderer, and the vagus nerve is called that because it innervates so much within your body and goes to so many places in your body. Really importantly, it goes to the trap muscles, which is a place where we carry a lot of tension. It also goes to the stomach, it goes to the diaphragm, runs back behind the heart, it goes to so many different places within your system, and is tied to so many of our bodily systems that are involved with our energy level, including parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems. To explain that a little bit more, so our sympathetic nervous system is our fight or flight type of a system that needs to activate to protect us. And the parasympathetic is your kind of rest and eat and reset system. And we are constantly functioning at this level where we are at fight or flight. And we were designed genetically, let me get this back on. We were designed genetically so that we could move from one state to the other. So if you think about us kind of like a cave person, and we're out there hunting for food, we're gathering berries, and we hear something, and we need to, our peripheral vision needs to be great, and we need to be able to hear and see in all directions to protect ourselves from predators. And once you hear that sound, and then maybe you see saber-toothed tiger, that kicks in the adrenal glands, that kicks in the system to react and to pump blood out to the muscles so that we can protect ourselves, which means it's taking blood away from the digestive type of system, from the stomach. And that gets us out of danger. We need that so that we can keep ourselves safe. But once that saber-toothed tiger is gone and we know that we've survived this, we're good, there's an adrenaline dump. We usually see that after somebody's had an accident. If you probably know what I'm talking about, that shaky after something scary happened. That flushes out of the system though, and our system resets. The vagus nerve helps us move back into that rest and digest state that's more calm. We can pick those berries, we can relax a little bit and enjoy life. The problem is that all of the stress that we are inundated with in our daily lives keeps us running from that saber-toothed tiger, and we're never at that rest and digest. Horrible for your digestive tract, for your nutrition, for absorption of nutrients. Horrible for the adrenal glands, which are continually pumping out adrenaline. So doing a polyvagal reset, which is what we're going to do in a minute, will help to reset all of that and bring you back down to that rest and digest so that you're not functioning at that high stress level. And I don't know anybody who doesn't need this. Once you see this, please share this with everybody. The knowledge that I'm sharing with you on these lives, I really do hope you pass on to other people. The more I educate, the more all of us educate everyone in these methods, the healthier all of us are going to be. So to start, we usually give you a baseline. So I want you to be, just be seated, relax, but I want you to see how far I'm tight today. I'm very tight. No AC last night. No AC. I slept horrible. I needed this morning. Thank you, everyone. So really tight in there. So test out your neck, how far it can go, either direction. My right is super tight. My left, I can feel it in there, but I can go a little bit further on my left. Not sure how far you can see that on the video, but test yourself out and just figure out about how far you are. Then I want you to lock those fingers together, and I will, so that I can time this, I'm going to pull myself out of this as we're doing it, but I do want you, actually, I shouldn't have to, I'll set a timer. So lock those fingers together, put your hands behind your head stays in the same spot, it stays in the center as you're doing this, just your eyes go one direction. So doesn't matter right or left, turn and look. Okay, Google, set a timer for 30 seconds. Turn and look as far as you can, just to one direction. Remember, your head stays in the center. You can do this throughout the day, but my recommendation is do this before you get out of bed in the morning and do this before you fall asleep at night. You can do this lying down. Works perfectly well lying down. And then throughout the day, for sure, if you feel those shoulder blades start to come up, then just take this 1 minute, because it's 30 seconds each side for your eyeballs. Just takes 1 minute to do this exercise throughout the day, and you'll see in just a little bit how it completely resets. Okay, Google, stop. Now look the other direction as far as you can. Okay, Google, set a timer for 30 seconds. Maybe
Sure,
you
30
have
seconds.
an
Starting now.
electronic device that you can use too. Otherwise, you can really just simply count in your head. There are many advanced levels to the polyvagal reset. I am teaching you kind of level 1. It's not actually called level 1, but just the initial super simple 1 minute, because remember, I'm trying to get you to change your routine and just add small things throughout the day until you have a whole day of greatness. And so this is a 1 minute, really simple thing to do. Okay, Google, stop timer. Bring those hands down. Okay, Google, stop timer. Relax those eyes, blink those eyes a little bit. Take a deep breath in. Now I want you to test again. Oh yeah. So totally put myself out of chiropractic business. Do this. If your neck is tight, those traps are tight, just totally relax all of those muscles. I have full range of motion now. Not to say you don't need to get adjusted. Come see us. I do think you need to get adjusted. Everybody does. It's a great healing method. But this is one way you can do some self-care. All right, let's get into, we only have about 10 minutes left. I want to get into some of the sound devices that I brought in today. I brought in one of our latest toys, and we have posted a couple of times live on this, but I wanted to give you kind of a sampling of a portion of what a sound session might look like. A sound session includes energy work, but also, by virtue of the name, sound devices. The last session that we did live, you were already introduced to our sound bowl, and I'm going to start with that. This is just the individual bowl we have that's in our energy session room. We have this most beautiful room set up for energy sessions. Come visit us. We'll show you if nobody's using the room at the time. We sometimes use the room for naps and for our relaxation throughout the day. If you know us or you're familiar with us, you know we have pets in the office. They also get grounded throughout the day. Usually when we're doing an energy session, the whole building gets grounded. The whole building gets an energy boost, but the pets love it too. We also have tuning forks that we use. Sometimes these are used directly over, I utilize my acupuncture licensure directly over acupuncture points. Maybe it'll be directly over so those vibrations can go into a chakra center or an energy center, or a pain center that you have in your body where the energy is blocked within that area. Excuse me. Or sometimes we will utilize two at once on either side of an area so that we're using a little bit of what's called binaural beats. And so two just slightly different frequencies that meet in the middle. And if you understand, the best way to explain it is if you understand throwing two rocks into a water and those waves meet, if one rock is a little larger than the other, or if one is thrown in just a little bit different timing than the other, they do different things, and that vibrational energy can reset some areas in your body. So tuning forks are also utilized for some of our sound sessions, some of our energy sessions. And next, this one's so fantastic. We were just pumped when we got this in. Koshi Chimes. And you can look this one up. There's so much information on Koshi Chimes, and I love the history excuse me, I love the history of them. Um, each one of these up here is an element. So we have water, earth, fire, and air. They each have a different tone. Inside, they each have 8 different wires that ball or chime is hitting on. It sounds like the elements. It just sounds fantastic. Again, we utilize these in the energy sessions. We have patients who don't do energy sessions but still utilize the room, and they're drawn to this. And we usually ask them, so which one are you drawn to? Each one of us has an element, and sometimes more than one, that we resonate with a little bit more. It's good to know what your own element is. Okay, I have time for 2 more things today. One of those I want to share with you because I want to start educating you a little bit more on crystals. Like I said, they're one of those things that is addictive, but is so much fun to add to your self-care and to add to your practice. So I have Shiva Lingam today, which is just a beautiful stone. It fits into your palm just really beautifully, and I just wanted to read the what this is used for. A little bit of information about Shiva Lingam. It represents both male and female, as well as the cosmic egg from which all creation emerged. This stone resonates with energies of all elements, so goes excellent with earth, fire, water, and air with those Koshi chimes. My day is just coming together all at once. So use this to activate the Kundalini energies so you can boost vitality and enhance inner transformation. It also breaks up old patterns and opens the path for new life. It helps you to feel unity even in times of separation. I think that's fantastic, and I think that leads us to what the card is for the day. So I'm going to shuffle these up. We have Messenger Oracle Guidebook by Ravynne Phelan. Ooh, I love when that happens. Love without condition. A very important lesson for the day. I think everybody should do at all times. Love without condition. Do you often find it easier to give advice to others whilst hiding from the truth that the advice you give is advice that you yourself neglect to follow? Every time I pull a card, listen to these. You may need this message today. Know also if you need a message throughout the day or anytime, if we have time during the day, reach out to us, call, email, text, message. We'll pull a card for you. We will pull a card. You can do this online. It works fantastic and read you the message. It will resonate with you. We've done this so often that it's amazing. Sometimes the cards just pop out, but it's amazing how accurate and how much the messages resonate. Do you feel it easier to nurture others and show them kindness and compassion? It is time to be kind and gentle with yourself, to love you, strengths and weaknesses without reservation or condition. I hope this really is resonating with some of you today. Nurture yourself, be kind to yourself, for you are deserving of the same unconditional care and love that you give others. I immediately can think of several patients that I have. One in particular that I've been talking about this to. But if it's a message that resonates with you, take that into consideration and follow that throughout the day. Put that as your top of mind awareness. Love without condition today. Every person that you come in contact, everything that you come in contact with is a part of you. It's just a different vibrational energy. Decide whether you want to be within that area of vibration, if it feeds you, if it supports you, or if it drains you, and move yourself towards loving yourself without condition and loving others without condition, but keep yourself in that safe environment. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy these. Please reach out if you want more information. We'll put links below. If you want to be notified of when we're having these sessions, just subscribe and like on YouTube because we're posting both on YouTube and on Facebook. We'll pre-announce on Facebook what times and days these lives are. And if you ever have any information about the services that we offer or any questions about what I've talked about throughout the day, or you'd like to see something else a little bit more specific, again, please reach out and have a fantastic week.